Hey, Matt here. Killer Kyle. Welcome to Fury. Hey, Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And yep, it's that time again. This week in wrestling. So I'm gonna cover WWE, obviously, Impact, Ring of Honor,
Raw, SmackDown,
yeah,
NXT 205.
yeah, it should be interesting. Again, couldn't find any fucking Dynamite. I believe I taped it on Wednesday, and I know, well, we'll find it later. But let's get into it.
It's been a little while since we've done one of these, because usually when we watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT 205, Impact, Ring of Honor, and have to try and remember everything.
Yeah.
On Friday, we were doing like, so...
Unfortunately. I think the last time we did this was a few months ago. Right around the Alley storyline in Impact.
Oh yeah, that was 6-7 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, before she went to AEW at least.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, it's been several months since the last time we did this, so here goes nothing.
Right. So let's start with 205. So we had a really good match with Garza Jr. and
Jack Gallagher?
yes.
Yeah. That was a really good match. It seems to be that Jack Gallagher is kind of reverting back to when he first was with the WWE, when he debuted, you could say, in the Cruiserweight Classic, and then, of course, there's that brief little stint where he was dressing in a suit, kind of like in the old English.
Yeah. We had the umbrella.
Yeah, he had the umbrella and all this other stuff, and he was doing very well for himself, and he was even partnered with Brian Kendrick for a little bit, but Jack is kind of solo right now. Brian Kendrick is kind of up in the air as far as what he's been up to lately.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice, though, watching this match, is when Jack came out, was wearing a robe, kind of like old school Bob Backlund, or even like Damien Sandow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, this match goes on. Very good match.
Yep.
I believe Garza ended up getting the victory.
Yep.
And then, well, let's just say Gentleman Jack was doing some things in a very ungentlemanly fashion.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, is he face, is he heel? I don't know anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was just weird.
Yeah. I mean, in the short time he was with Kendrick, he was face. The time he was with, was it Arya Davari?
Yeah.
He was heel.
Yep.
And then, before that, he was a face. After that, it was kind of up in the air. Now, maybe a heel? Who knows?
Yeah. Don't know what's going on with him, unfortunately, but anyways, yeah, both really good competitors.
Oh, yeah. And not having seen Jack in a little while, it's good to see you still got that European style, if you will, and, you know, the headbutt and all this other stuff. It just seems to be that he kind of got lost in limbo, so to speak.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it seemed like after him and Brian Kendrick went their separate ways, I haven't seen Kendrick in a while, and
No.
Gallagher was just kind of, okay, where do I go next? What do I do next?
Right.
And maybe this heel turn, for whatever reason, will spark something.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows?
So, then we had the Bollywood Boys. I thought we were going to do a 24/7 title match and this jobber. But it kind of figures, okay, I think NXT also did the same thing. Actually, so did SmackDown. Reverting back to the early 90s where a wrestler, a superstar, if you will, would go face a jobber.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Right.
They had that match, and I can't remember. Oh, it was a 2-on-1. But, anyways, yeah. The Bollywood Boys won, obviously.
Yeah. They seem to have reverted back to when they initially started with the WWE, like the Bollywood. I know they were together, and they
Actually, I think they were the Bollywood Boys. I think. Then they were the Singh brothers.
Yeah, now they've reverted back to
The Bollywood Boys.
The Bollywood Boys being outlandish and over the top, and oh yeah, we're these famous Bollywood actors, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Where the hell is Jinder Mahal?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Because I mean, like, you know, when Jinder went heel, Singh brothers came along there, were aligned with him, and he became WWE champion, and was on a hell of a roll.
Yeah.
And then haven't seen Jinder in, God, 8 months also?
Goes without saying, and talking about Impact, you know who your friends are when you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think that ODB coming back was fairly good. I mean, she's still a very active wrestler. She still looks good.
Oh yeah.
For 40, I guess. And then Taya Valkyrie came out and decided to talk shit about her.
Yeah.
Which prompted a match later on.
Between ODB and Taya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a match with Eddie Edwards and Brian Cage. It's kind of interesting how Eddie has come into his own as a wrestler through the years.
Oh yeah.
Like just a year, you know. The guy that, you know, was teaming with Davey Richards to a guy that's mentally unstable, if you will.
Yeah.
And then with Kenny the Candlestick.
Yeah. Kenny the Candlestick, and now Kenny the Trophy.
Oh wow, I forgot about
Yeah, he won a Battle Royal, I think, or something. He's got this actually really nice looking trophy, and it's like he can decide at any point in time what championship he wants to go for, like the X Division Championship, the Heavyweight Championship, maybe the tag titles. And like, basically he's like a #1 contender, but the thing is like, the trophy's not really all that necessary, but it makes sense in the aspect of it, of like, yes, it's a prop, but it's a prop that Eddie can get over really well. I mean, for a little while there, he had a kendo stick, and he's thinking it's his best friend in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
And it's even got a fucking smiley face drawn on it.
Oh, Sandman did that.
Well, before Sandman
did
that, yeah, he had a kendo stick with a smiley face on it, and then it got broken, and then Sandman gave him another one, and then the kendo stick's name was Kenny, but when Eddie was facing Killer Cross, he broke that kendo stick and kind of shoved it in Killer Cross's mouth and eye and whatever, and bled and so on and so forth. And then it seemed to be that portion of the character fizzled away, and then they got him in a rivalry with Ace Austin and Reno Scum.
Oh, yeah.
That took its course for a little while. It's still, well, actually, that's kind of went its way. Now they're maybe going to get Eddie back in the title picture. It'd be cool to see him with a championship again, either X-Division Championship or World Championship. Maybe the tag titles, but I mean, who can you partner him with?
Yeah.
Marufuji?
Marufuji is a good one. I mean, Eddie was in Japan with Davey for a while, so.
Yes.
And speaking of Ace Austin and Reno Scum, you've got Reno Scum and Ace Austin versus
The Rascals.
Yeah. Why?
It's kind of funny, before the match, they've got the Rascals in like their clubhouse, and Trey is like, man, did you hear the comments that Ace was saying about my mom and how hot she is and how good looking she is and all this other stuff? And he's trying to get Dez and Wentz to, side with him, and they're like, well, and it's like, okay, yes, we know his mother's a really good looking woman, even though she's probably pushing north of 40, maybe 50 anyways.
I'd say 50, but yeah, it's another weird storyline, and I already told you how I felt about the whole fucking That 70s Show ripoff.
Yeah.
But this was a pretty good match. Ace Austin cheated for the team to win.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ace Austin went over and was talking to Trey's mom, and of course Trey snaps, and then they end up getting, I have no idea. They won anyways.
Exactly.
Like, I was watching the match, but I was also kind of doing something else at the same time, and
Yeah.
I know what happened as far as how the finish went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I
Yeah.
must have not been paying attention when that happened.
Honestly, I can't remember, but I do know that Ace cheated.
Yeah.
He does play a really good scumbag, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you look at Reno Scum, and Reno Scum's been in every wrestling promotion except for WWE at this point, so it was a pretty good match.
I mean, there was a short period of time there where they were with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and they were the United Tag Team Champions, and yeah, that is, I guess you can say full-time with Impact again.
Yeah.
Speaking of guys that were in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and have gone to other promotions, Peter Avalon was with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for a little while. He was the professional, and there is this kind of group he had. Now he's in AEW as a librarian, which I don't fucking understand, but nevertheless.
No. And then so then you have Petey Williams versus Johnny Swagger. Johnny
Swinger.
Yeah.
Johnny Swinger, there's a guy that's been around for 20 years. 25 maybe?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of these guys that have been around for 25 plus years. Like Disco Inferno, Johnny Swinger, Tommy Dreamer. Fuck. They got this guy coming out in Marty Jannetty uniform. And yeah, Petey Williams. That was a good match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you got Johnny Swinger looking like a 1980s hipster, if you will, with a bandana on his forehead and a couple around his wrist and the suspenders and the bright colors and all this other stuff. But I mean, like, he's good, but as far as I'm concerned, he's far from what he used to be, and it's rather sad, especially when you take into consideration just how damn good of a performer Johnny Swinger is.
Yes.
On the other hand, right now, he's a prop guy. He's a joke, basically.
Shitting in Ken Shamrock's bag.
Yeah. I want to talk about being able to sell the ankle lock really well, though.
Oh yeah, you got him talking with Joy Ryan.
Mm.
Having a team, so goes out to face Petey Williams. And then I'll give you the signal and you come out.
Mm.
And, well, obviously he did, and Joey Ryan didn't show up.
Yeah. What would they call that team? Sleaze and cheese? I don't know.
Shit.
But, yeah, you look at Johnny Swinger's career. I mean, he was in ECW, and he was partnered with Simon Diamond for a little bit, and he's had a solo career for, well, before he was in ECW, and I don't know what he's been up to, because I haven't seen him in 15 years,
Right.
I'll say. And then all of a sudden, hey, he's with friggin' Impact again.
Speaking of ECW, you've got Rob Van Dam coming out with his wife, and they're talking, and out comes Tommy Dreamer, which is followed by Rob leaving, and then Rhino comes out and does an ambush.
Yeah.
So it's aiming for their match tomorrow night at No Surrender,
Right.
which, I mean, Donna actually said, you know, it's been 20 years in the making. Almost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as good of a wrestler and a performer as Rob Van Dam is,
Yeah.
this heel version is boring.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, two things. It's like, yeah, you could do better as a heel. You did better in ECW. And, you know, two, it's like you're almost 50. It's kind of like you're trying to relive your youth, and, you know, if you can learn anything from DX, it's like, don't fucking try to be cool anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Rob Van Dam can still be cool, and is still cool, but
Yeah.
his delivery was so slow and
Yeah.
made no sense.
No.
And it's like, okay, if you're gonna talk about why you turned your back on Rhino and turned heel, make it worthwhile, make it interesting. Give us a reason, you know. I've known Rhino for 20 years, and we were friends, but he's always been one step ahead of me, and he's always thought he's better than me, and all this other stuff, and I want to prove him wrong. You know, give us something, not this lame-ass bullshit.
Pretty much. Also, you had a thing with Rich Swann and Billy Mack when having...
Rich Swann was doing an interview and talking about how he was feeling after the shit kicking he took at the hands of Michael Logan.
Yeah, that was brutal and gross.
And then, you know, here comes Willie Mack, and then here comes the North,
Yes.
and four of them are going back and forth with each other, and then that led into a match where the winner would be #1 contenders for the tag titles, either No Surrender or Hard to Kill.
Yes.
I think it's the Hard to Kill one.
Well, you got North trying to persuade Willie Mack to turn. And after the whole segment, you could just see his wheels are turning. So I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, like we need a dude like Willie Mack become the heel. Okay,
Yeah,
fuck.
I know. Yeah, that's fucked up. So,
Yeah.
You have the title match. Or no, it wasn't the title match. I thought it was at first. You've got Taya Valkyrie, Navaya Loca versus ODB. Boom!
Yeah.
So she's coming out, right? She's got a flask with her. So during the match, you got Johnny Bravo. He's like refusing to drink from the flask while she makes them.
Yeah.
So he kind of likes it. So then he takes a sip of the flask, then she grabs him by the head and rubs her tits all over him.
Yeah, and he's delighted about that.
Yeah.
Then I think he took a few more slugs of the flask and Let's just say he got lit real quick.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it cost Taya the win, and it's like, you know, for ODB being away from Impact, at least for so long, damn, she can still hold her own.
Damn. Yeah, I can tell you. I mean, that's cool though. I mean, to see a wrestler like that can still go in the ring, you know. Most wrestlers nowadays, you have no idea what they can do. And so, I mean, well, she's not that old, but she can still go.
Right.
You look at guys like Rob Van Dam, who are almost 50, and for that guy, he seems to be moving a lot slower, like you said. So...
Well, no, I mean, he can still go in the ring really well. It just seems to be what they got him doing as a heel right now. It's just kind of like... what he's saying is like... He's trying to make it believable, and it's not really that believable, and... You know, it's all about him and about nobody else, and...
Right.
I mean, hopefully it gets better over the coming weeks, but right now it's kind of like, yeah, I could care less. Although, jumping back to the match with Brian Cage and Eddie Edwards, very good match. Those two can really go against each other quite well. It looked like it could be a very
good job today.
So, yeah, match with Eddie Edwards and Brian Cage. It's looking like it's going to be real good. They're having a good back and forth match. Looks like it'd be match of the night. Maybe a potential 5-star candidate or whatever. Here comes Michael Elgin.
Yeah.
Involves himself in the match and interferes in the match. And then it becomes a 3-way between Eddie, Elgin, and Cage.
Right.
Also on the topic of Taya Valkyrie, I seen it mentioned on social media, and watching the episode of The Bump this week basically confirmed it. John Morrison has signed a multi-year deal with the WWE. So he's back.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. It's funny because when we saw wrestling in Peterborough for Smash, kind of talked to Petey for a little bit, and for some reason mentioned that I'm not a fan of Johnny. Oh yeah, he's chill, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with him this time.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the guy's former Intercontinental Champion, former WECW Champion, or whatever. So, and former Tag Team Champion. So, I mean, we'll see what they do with him. But, I mean, I just let the star left. Like, I mean, he could be Universal Champion, sure.
He could be Universal Champion. Maybe they'll stick the WWE title on him at some point. Still got the United States Championship.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? He's already proved that he was the Impact Champion.
Yeah.
He's already been AAA Champion, so... There's really no reason why they can't put the WWE title on him, but...
No.
No, we'll see.
Yeah. My intrigue will be about, I don't know if he'll talk about it or discuss it. I wonder if he'll talk about why he left Impact. Because, I mean, like, he was on a pretty good tear there in Impact. Impact World Champion, they got, you know, him and Taya Valkyrie as like the it couple, the power couple. And then he loses the world title to Brian Cage, and well, bye-bye.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's kind of like, you know, where the heel thing came from. So it was like Johnny, Taya, and then Johnny Bravo. Whatever happened to John Morrison, I don't know.
Yeah, was it just like he felt he had only done what he was able to do with Impact and accomplished everything he could there and just decided to move on?
That's a
I don't know.
Possibility. We watched Ring of Honor together So that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically, you had a 4-man take match. You had Bear City Bruiser and the other dude.
Brian Malonis.
Yeah,
The Bouncers.
the Bouncers, and they took on Silas Young and
Josh the Goods Wood.
yep,
And Sultans of Savagery. And
right.
Moses and
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
can't remember the other guy's name. And then you also have Coast to Coast.
Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed with the Bouncers.
Yeah.
I mean, I told Kyle that if ever they came to the WWE, they should have a feud with our,
Heavy Machinery?
yes,
Yeah.
which would be pretty cool.
The Bouncers and Heavy Machinery.
This match was really good, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressed with how versatile the Bouncers are.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, of course, I forgot that Silas Young and the Bear City Bruiser were a team for a while.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Silas and the Josh Woods won. Josh Woods actually going under Silas Young's wing
Mm-hmm.
as the real last man, I guess. So that was a good match. I think that I want to see them wrestle again
Mhm.
before.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm very impressed with how you still have the running joke of the Bear City Bruiser biting his opponents and going, "Oh, I can't bite, I ain't got no teeth."
Yeah, exactly.
So,
You can gum them, but as far as biting them, and you can't got no teeth.
yeah. So, I mean, Silas Young and Josh Woods, I can't wait to see what else they do. I mean, Silas has been in Ring of Honor for a long time now.
Oh, yeah.
About 10 years, actually, so
Yeah.
be interesting to see what else he can do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's hard to believe it's been that long,
Yeah, I know, right?
but you had Jenny Rose
Mm-hmm.
versus Angelina Love.
You had Jenny Rose and Sumi Sakai in a
Sakai.
tag match against Angelina Love and Mandy Leon of Allure. That was a really good match.
I was saying to Kyle, it's kind of funny how Angelina Love came into Ring of Honor
Mm.
and her husband, Davey Richards, was in Ring of Honor years ago. I mean, when I started watching it, he was still there
Mm-hmm.
before they brought in Eddie Edwards, but him and
Right,
Eddie were
yeah.
a take team in Japan for years before, so I don't know, just pretty cool. And you had Velvet Sky, but she wasn't on the show we were watching.
Yeah, I don't know if she's injured or what the case is.
But yeah, Angelina Love still is pretty good in the ring.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
she can still go too.
very surprised.
Yeah. There is one point you had Nyla Rose and Mandy Leon on the stage and they're battling each other and looks like Mandy's gonna suplex Nyla on the stage and reverses it and Mandy's the one that gets the suplex on the stage and it's like, yeah, I'm sure that's not comfortable.
Yeah, but that was a good match. I'm really impressed with the women in Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You've had ladies like Veda Scott,
Mm-hmm.
Mandy Leon,
Mhm.
Brandy,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, now Angelina Love and
Mhm.
Velvet Sky are there, Mandy Leon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good roster of women. And of course, Tennille Dashwood is on Impact now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So still a good roster.
Yeah, for sure.
For some reason, when I was in the hospital, not thinking I'm in my own world, but for some reason, I thought I saw an entire episode of Women of Honor.
Mm.
But I don't think it was on the time I was in, so, and I wasn't in that long, but
Mm.
it was pretty cool to watch, and I think that Angelina could become the Women Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah, I
at
think she
some
could.
point.
Yeah. For sure.
So you had Ultimo Guerrero, Kenny King, 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 and
PJ Black and Isaiah Islam of the Shinobi Shadow Squad in a kind of four corner survival match, I guess you could say. That was a very good match. The little bit of interaction they had with PJ and Isaiah, that was really good. The two of them are athletic as can be, and just their back and forth is really good. Ultimo Guerrero is a legend in the business.
Oh yeah, going back to CMLL, the guy definitely was another great luchador.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that seeing him in Ring of Honor was awesome. You had this one epic moment, and we talk about last week with Adam Cole being tossed to the crowd by
Pouncing into the crowd by Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. Fucking Kenny King is up on the stage, or wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
He jumps off, leaps off. I don't know how many feet he was onto the wrestlers.
You see action going on in the ring and to the outside on the floor, and you see Kenny going up the steps and kind of away from the ring, and it's like, where the hell is he going? Next thing you know, he basically runs and jumps from the stage over the crowd, over the barricade, and landing on everybody else. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
You gotta talk about being able to do unorthodox, unique, and awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping moments.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's fucking insane.
Adam Cole getting pounced 2 rows deep, 4 rows back, whatever. And then you got this from Kenny King. Is like, oh my god.
It was insane, man.
And we all, like, any of you guys that have watched Kenny in Ring of Honor, or maybe for the short stint he had with Impact, know how athletic the guy is. He's very, very good, but to accomplish a feat like that is like, okay, you're taking athleticism to a whole new level. But I mean, I don't know if he participated in any athletics in school, but good God, he would have done very well in the long jump, I'd say. Holy hell.
Yeah, the guy's been very impressive. You know, he wrestled a lot in Ring of Honor. He's been in TNA. The guy's a fucking maniac, and for him to do that, that was just insane.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There was a storyline with Dalton Castle, and I can't remember the other guy.
Joe Hendry.
John Henry, yeah. They're the wackiest wrestlers of Ring of Honor. And I know the last time I saw fucking Dalton Castle, he was a heel. He turned on the boys. So for him and Johnny to be a team.
Yeah, at first they're kind of like arguing over who's the more talented one, who's the more entertaining and all this other stuff, flashy, flamboyant, whatever you want to call it. And now it seems like they're a team, and it's like, okay, that'll be interesting. Wonder if they'll call the tag team the prestigious Peacock.
Oh shit. Don't have NXT.
Yes.
And that was, you know, they showed highlights from last week saying how they were the dominant force at the Survivor Series. So that was pretty cool. You got the rapper dude coming out. So, and all the guy. And I mean, yeah, it was awesome. So you have Killian Dane coming out, wanting a piece of Punishment Martinez, of course. Pete Dunne came out, and they had a match. And holy shit, I mean, they're both from the UK. Well, Pete Dunne's British. You've got a Northern Irishman and Killian Dane. These guys definitely put it to the test.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Dunne trying to snap his fingers. Killian's fingers, you know. Just fucking brutal. And I mean, the guy definitely just almost had it there too. And Killian Dane wins, and yeah, it was very impressive.
Yeah, Killian Dane was originally supposed to have a match with Damian Priest, or,
Yeah.
Punishment Martinez, but in the match, the three-way with Damian and Killian and Dunn,
Right.
Damian suffered a couple cracked ribs,
Yes.
probably taking a couple of cannonballs and stuff from Big Bad Killian Dane. So, he's like, alright, yeah, I can't fight him, but I'm not leaving the ring until I get a fight. Here comes Deep Dunn, and they went at it.
Yes.
And the match ends with Killian Dane up in the corner, looking like he's gonna do like a Vader bomb, and Dunn climbs up on his back, or up behind him at least, and is like, is he gonna do like a German suplex, or a belly to back suplex,
Yeah.
or something from up there, and he ends up basically wrapping Killian Dane like a rear naked choke. Killian falls back, they hit the canvas, Dunn lets go, Dane's on top of Dunn, and Dunn gets the win.
Dun 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 dun
Dun dun dun dun.
You've got Xylee versus Shayna Baszler,
Mm,
and yes, the first Chinese wrestler, Chinese female wrestler,
yes.
because you got Ho Ho Lee. But this was a good match, and Xia really put Shayna for her money.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
She was so close, and it's unfortunate she was caught in a completed clutch.
Kirifuda clutch.
Yes, that too,
Mm-hmm.
and twice actually.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, Shayna tapped her out,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean that's probably the closest I think somebody has tried to outdo Shayna Baszler.
Oh, there's been quite a few matches where Shane has been pushed to the test by a number of different people, but somehow Shane has been able to come out on top.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and she did lose the NXT Women's title once,
yes.
so I mean, who's to say she won't do that again? Of course, Rhea Ripley had another confrontation,
Yes.
and yeah, of course, three of the four Horsewomen came out. You had Shayna Baszler and Jasmine Duke and Marina Shafir, and they beat down Rhea Ripley. And then Shayna's like, you want to fight, I want to fight for the title, so you got it.
Yeah. Eventually, from the outside, Jasmine and Marina grabbed both her arms and were kind of pulling her against the metal rope. Well, Shayna had the clutch on, and then basically eventually choked her out and was like, you want a match against me for the championship? Fine, I'll give it to you at December 18th.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
I
You got the Forgotten Sons, who came out and yet had another match with a jobber. And I swear, we're back in 1993.
yeah, really, eh?
But anyways, yeah, obviously they beat the shit. Well, no, I was at Wisely Blake had the match, and he beat the shit out of the jobber and won. And yeah, it was basically, you knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, more or less.
They were gonna have Dakota Kai have a match with Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea came out and she's like, I'm not gonna face you, and you got a surprise coming, and here comes Mia Yim.
Yeah.
And holy shit, did she lay the fuck out at Dakota.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that was a good match, and I'm really impressed with how Dakota Kai has a really good heel. And I didn't know how well it was going to turn, but it was definitely a really good match, and she's definitely vicious in the ring. So, yeah, I'm very impressed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think as time goes on, Dakota's only going to get better as a heel.
Yes.
So, but I mean, it's pretty good so far. I mean, she did basically admit to attacking Mia Yim before the War Games match and was like, "Oh, yeah, Tegan's no use to me anymore. We were friends, but whatever." And then I'm gonna destroy Rhea, and I beat up Candice and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, fairly good
Yeah.
start.
Pretty much, yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you had the rematch from Survivor Series. Takeover. You
had Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong.
Yes.
Bobby Fish is there with another injury, neck related, after the tag match last week where he got thrown over the top rope by Keith Lee and he landed. And I actually thought it was his knee that got injured, but they said his neck, so could have been whiplash or something. Anyways, so you had them against Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, and Dominic Dijakovic.
Actually, I was very impressed too.
Oh yeah.
I thought, oh, another rematch. Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this was really good.
Oh yeah. Very good match, very good back and forth between all six dudes. At one point, you had Finn Balor get involved and drop kick Adam Cole from behind and knock Cole into the referee, and then you got Balor in the corner and it looks like he's gonna do like a running drop kick onto Cole, and who should appear like a ghost, fucking Keith Lee, and grab a hold of Balor and waylay him, and then he's waylaying everybody else, and then eventually it was Keith Lee getting the victory over Adam Cole with his version of like a jackhammer.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty good. And early on in the show, they've got Undisputed Era in the ring, and they're like, "Keith Lee, you're gonna come out here and apologize for what you did to Bobby Fish." And he's coming in and he's like, "Yeah," and they're berating him and letting him talking shit. And he's like, "Yeah, you're right, I am a moment maker, but I'm also a game changer, and what I did to you last week became a gift so quick it'd make your head spin." And then, they're all like, "Well, why don't the three of us do another moment and kick the shit out of you?" And Keith Lee held his own pretty much for a little bit, and then the three of them were getting the best of Keith Lee. Here comes Tommaso Ciampa and chasing him off, and then of course the match goes on. Keith Lee gets the victory over Adam Cole. William Regal comes out and is like, "Alright, we're gonna have a match. Number one contender, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor." Where it gets Adam Cole at December 18th or something like that.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So you had the match that we saw a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was Matt Riddle versus Chris Hero or Cassius Ohno.
Yes.
What really pissed me off though, and yeah, I get it. He went over to England to wrestle in NXT UK,
Mm-hmm.
but calling himself the
Wrestling genius
of England, the best British wrestler.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, dude, you're not even from anywhere in the UK, but you're from friggin'
America.
Boston or something
something like that. But this was a good match too, and they've got some other good back and forth
Oh yeah, absolutely.
matches, and yeah, Matt Riddle won.
Chalk up another one in the win column for Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
4-0 now.
pretty much, and it's kind of a shame because it'd be cool to see like Ohno win one match
Yeah.
just for redemption or whatever, but
Yeah. Although it does sound like Royal Rumble weekend, the Saturday probably, they're going to have an event of pitting a battle with NXT against NXT UK. I think they're calling it Worlds Collide or something along those
oh,
lines.
that'd be interesting.
So that should be really, really good.
Yeah. So yeah, well, no, NXT was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Tony Nese had a match on 205.
It was a tag team match. Oh, yeah. But, god damn it, I can't remember. See, I write shit down, and you got the goddamn chicken scratch. So, it's not, whatever. I
Yeah.
tried.
So there's a tag team match, and then I think there's another match in there as well. And
Oh, yeah.
For
Alright,
sure.
So, I didn't watch Raw myself, but I know you watch it with your pops every,
Oh, yeah.
every Monday. So, I saw maybe a tiny bit, but
So this week, Raw kicks off. You got Seth Rollins in the ring and comes out, and he's like, "Well, I may have been too harsh with what I said. It came from a good place. I was trying to fire everybody up and rally the troops and so on and so forth. But what I said was a little bit over the line. And so I'd like to apologize to everybody in the back and so on and so forth. But I'd really like to issue an apology to Kevin Owens." So Kevin Owens comes out, and they're kind of going back and forth with each other. And then, of course, the AOP come out, and, if you watch the end of Raw, you know that the AOP kicked the shit out of Kevin Owens and left Seth alone, and, there's kind of a thing going on there, and Seth's like, "Alright, why don't Kev, you and I take on the AOP, and, if you're in, I'm in," and Kevin was like, "Well, I can see this going 3 ways, and all 3 ways I see it going involves 3 of you kicking the shit out of me," and Kevin's like, "Alright, fine, whatever, do your worst and whatever." And then fucking Seth was like, "You know what? I tried, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to say." He walks off, and I think the AOP eventually commenced to kicking the shit out of Owens, and so yeah, that's going on. And they had the speculation of Seth being in line with the AOP, but they're doing their best to not have it be so obvious. And the AOP went into business for themselves, and Seth had nothing to do with it, all this other stuff, so we'll see what goes on there. You had, a few returns. You had a little thing with Sheamus.
oh,
He's
yeah.
coming back. You had a little backstage segment with Elias. He's now back after taking a months hiatus for quite a while. You got Alexa Bliss coming back from an injury.
Yes, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've seen Alexa as a face since her first debut in NXT.
Yeah, she was the cheerleader with the frilly tutu and the sparkles and the glitter and the sparkle splash. And,
That was interesting. It's pretty cool though, because I get it. I think that her teaming with Nikki Cross as the tag champions was really cool.
Oh yeah.
So for her to come back and to actually be cheered by the fans and whatever, and I think that's awesome. Me being a fan of hers and me laughing when she comes on when your dad's there.
You also had interaction with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, because they're talking about the match last week, and Randy was saying "Oh, I'm taller than you, and I'm better looking than you," and all this other stuff, and Drew's playing it off like he got his boo-boo feelings hurt and all this other shit, and it's okay, there's not that much difference between McIntyre and Orton as far as height. If anything, Randy may have a few inches on McIntyre, but that don't mean nothing.
No.
And then you had AJ Styles come out and he's with Gallows and Anderson, and AJ's still pretty pissed off that Randy cost him the United States Championship to Rey Mysterio last week, and so it's like, oh, we're gonna beat you up and we're gonna make Uncle Alan feel better and all this other stuff. So the three of them basically start kicking the shit out of Randy, and here comes Ricochet, and then here comes Rey Mysterio, and then here comes Humberto Carrillo, and chase off the OC, and then you got a backstage thing with the four of them, and Randy's like, I appreciate the help, but I didn't need it. And then, you know, that led into a six-man tag with the OC and Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo and Ricochet, and that was a fairly good match. I believe it was Ricochet and Rey and Carrillo that got the victory, and there's like a backstage interview, and Ricochet and Carrillo are talking about how thrilled they are to be working with a legend like Rey Mysterio, and you know, they grew up watching him and they love him and all this other stuff, and Ray's like, hey, it's an honor for me to be working with you guys, you know, I've been in this business for a long time, and to pay it forward to the future of the business, you know, why not, and all this other stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Had another thing with Bobby Lashley and Lana that, yeah, went interestingly. What else was there? They're making it look like at some point Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre are gonna have a match with each other at some point down the road, most likely.
I was talking to my brother, and he was saying that it seems like Randy Orton is bored with the WWE and should possibly go over to AEW. And I thought, well, I think that he has been in the company for a long time. I know that he had his dad with him for a while. He's done everything he can possibly do. And he is a Grand Slam champion in the WWE. For him to go over to AEW, I don't know how that would work. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
you have, you know, he could face guys like Shawn Spears and Chris Jericho even. They have a history.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of guys that he could compete with. I just don't know what they could do for him.
Yeah, I don't know what they could do for him either. I mean, the little bit that they've got, like, okay, you have him feuding with McIntyre, that's okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Doing little things with Ricochet and Humberto Carrillo, okay, that's fine. I honestly think right now, Randy's in the stage of his career where he's doing his best to pay it forward to the younger talent and the up-and-coming talent like Humberto Carrillo. You can kind of say Ricochet, even though Ricochet's been on the main roster for a little bit and stuff like that. If he is getting bored with WWE and what he's doing right now, it's only because there really isn't much for him.
Unfortunately, there
Like,
isn't. No.
He's not really a heel, he's not really a face, he's kind of in between. It's been God knows how long since the last time a title's been on the guy.
Pretty much.
So, I mean,
Well, when he first became world champion, it was forced. They just wanted him to have a feud with Triple H. Now, why they took it off Benoit too soon, because, let's face it, they kind of did. Why they did that, I don't know, because it was in Canada as well.
right.
The fact of the matter is, it was fucking too soon for Randy Orton to hold the title. And then you have the Raw afterwards where Evolution basically turns on him.
Yeah.
because of fucking whatever. Who fucking cares? So, I mean, it was too soon for him to have the fucking title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to have him feud with Triple H, that's fine. But, you know, what else are we going to do with him? It was cool to see him as the WWE champion.
Right.
And I can't complain because it's like he was the Intercontinental Champion first. It's always good for a wrestler to start with the mid-card title.
Mm.
The fact of the matter is that it was too soon, and just because he was a purebred third-generation wrestler, and he absolutely had to have the title lickety split, and that's not how we do things. That's not, I mean, that's not how you should be doing things. Look at Ted DiBiase Jr. and the shit that they didn't do anything with him. Fuck you. So, they pick and they choose, and Randy Orton definitely shouldn't have had that success that early. My opinion. That's not because I don't like him. It's because I think it was too soon.
Right. And it probably was too soon, but I mean, didn't seem to harm him too much.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
I mean, 13-time world champion, been in many WrestleManias, won Royal Rumbles, had some amazing matches. He's basically a legend in the business now. And I mean, it's gotten to a point now where it's like, okay, do we put the title on Orton again? Or do we just kind of have him hanging around and having matches and, you know, being that guiding light for the younger up-and-coming talent? Because, I mean, right now, yes, he's still got it. Yes, he's still a good in-ring performer. And he can still go. It's just, I'm thinking the WWE just doesn't know what to do with him.
No, and that's kind of sad because you would think he believed in this guy for so long, and now all of a sudden, because he's getting older, it's like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do with him now? Like, I don't get it. You know, he's not an excitable wrestler. He's monotone. He's very slow and melodic, which is fine. But you have to have a fucking personality! So, he doesn't have that. He lacks personality. Even when he was a face, he lacked personality. It wasn't very good. Am I not right? Like, I don't know what to say. That guy, that's just, and you know, the more they tried, the more they just did it because he didn't have enough personality. So, hey, let's get the fireworks going, and, you know, his entrance, when he does this bullshit, we'll have the entrance, or the flames go up, or whatever that was, and, you know, that'll be fine. I mean, I will say this, his matches with Shawn Michaels were pretty good. I guess.
So aside from all of that, I can't really remember what else happened on Raw.
Yeah, that's alright. So, SmackDown was a really good show, too. We just saw that, obviously. So, you have the aforementioned Alexa Bliss versus Mandy Rose. And what do you think of Mandy Rose, anyway?
I mean, she's a fairly solid wrestler. She's really good in the ring. She can kind of talk.
Right.
But it's like, can you please do us a favor and shut her get off the fucking pot?
Exactly.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
She's good in the ring. Her and Sonya make a fairly good team, but it's like, oh, we've got these two girls together, we'll have them wrestle, and yeah, we'll figure out what we want to do with them at some point. I mean, initially you have them challenge for the women's tag titles, and the titles were brought back, you could say.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like,
yeah, we'll have them feud with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Oh, we'll maybe have them wrestle Kabuki Warriors. Maybe we'll have them wrestle somebody else. And it's like, you've got a fairly good tag team.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good together. They're decent wrestlers. But kind of don't care.
Well, it falls back to Randy Orton. I think that Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, especially Sonya Deville, when she was in NXT, she had that fighter gimmick and the shadow boxing and all that shit. Now it's all of a sudden they're a tag team, and yeah, they lack personality. It's like they have their own YouTube show, and that's about it. Like, what's so special about them? I don't get it. Okay, they're sex symbols. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I want to know if they can go in. And you know what? To Mandy's credit, she can go in the ring.
Oh, absolutely.
She
They
had
both can.
She had a very good match. Well, not a very good match. She had a good match with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
I think the false eyelashes thing was kind of overselling it.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
That
that-
was like, okay, it was different and it was kind of funny, but holy fuck, they oversold the shit out of it.
Yeah.
She's pulling her eyelashes off. Yeah, because they're fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, dummies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was a good match nonetheless. Alexa won.
Yeah.
I was hoping Alexa would win, not for the obvious, but it's one of those things where it's where a heel turns face and they are on a losing streak for no reason. So it was pretty cool to see how Alexa in her first match back kind of defeated that purpose and had beat Mandy Rose in the match.
Yeah.
And-
I will say this. If Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are heels, they're not that good at it. I mean, it started off pretty well for them as kind of like a heel, but that is like, we'll throw them out there and they can say whatever they want, they can do whatever they want. And it's like, do people not give a shit anymore?
No.
Fuck. They put more effort into fucking the Fiends than they do those two.
Yeah, that was something else. So, you gotta talk about last week and the whole bullshit ending to SmackDown. Oh my god. Which really didn't mean shit right now, so... The Miz came out and he's running his mouth about how, you know, he's not friends with Daniel Bryan and they'll probably never be friends, but he respects him and he wants to know where everything is. And Bray Wyatt goes on the screen and he's like, hey, you know, let's talk about family. And there's a picture he shows with Maurice and the two girls that they have.
Yeah.
And so Miz goes backstage and he's freaking out. He's on the phone with Maurice or whoever it was. I don't fucking know.
It's more than likely Maurice is like, I have no idea what this guy's capable of. I'll pack my bags. I'm on my way home. And he's like, yeah.
It kind of looked like he was crying too.
And then, a little bit later, you see Miz basically walking along backstage with his bag, and he looks like he's gonna leave, and there's this open door with the room with a bright red light, and he boots the door, and he walks in, and he's standing there hesitant, and in my mind, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, watch him walk in on one of those rooms they used back in the day for developing film.
Yeah.
And then you see the camera pan, and there's the exact same picture that Bray Wyatt was holding, Maurice, the two girls. And instead of The Miz, it's a picture of himself, with Bray Wyatt in the picture. And he's just looking all pissed off. And it's like, okay, come on, Miz, get mad. And then you hear, say cheese, Miz turns around, boom, gets clobbered by Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail, and and you hear Bray Wyatt go, "There's no place like home for the holidays." And it's like, you want to talk about creepy as fuck? Holy shit.
Yeah.
And of course, after that, you got a referee helping out Miz, getting him up and everything. And it's like, alright, that's getting interesting now. I'm not exactly sure why they would substitute Daniel Bryan for the Miz, but maybe this is just a ploy until Daniel Bryan comes back and kicks the shit out of Bray Wyatt or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I can't say, well, The Miz has already had title shot after title shot, but that's not true. Not in a while, so to have him in a title picture with Bray Wyatt would be interesting. Although I'm not sure what's gonna happen now. Because the thought was having Liv Morgan coming back as Sister Abigail, or maybe one of Bray's minions, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that got kiboshed right now, but we'll find out. So, I mean, Brian's out of action. I just don't know what's gonna happen. And I mean, don't have him go right back to being face and being in the S movement, or whatever. And then he goes to hell, as Jim Ross would call it, under the ring, and then have Bray Wyatt tear a bunch of hair out onto the... See, that didn't make any fucking sense.
My opinion of that is, they made it seem like Bray was repping Daniel's heritage. I don't think he actually was.
No,
though.
it wasn't.
No.
But, again, there is no answers from last week from that segment. Mustafa Ali and Shorty G versus the Lucha House Party versus the Revival and Heavy Machinery. This was a fatal four-way for the number one contendership for the SmackDown Take Championships. Of course, the New Day were...
Ringside, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, winner's gonna get the New Day at TLC for the tag titles, and Kofi Kingston's been tag champion in his career for over 1,000 days, and all this other stuff, which is actually pretty cool. And the match actually was fairly good. You had Loser House Party get eliminated first, and you had Heavy Machinery get eliminated next. And it came down to Shorty G and Ali against the Revival, and fairly good. Really good battle. At one point, Ali gets tossed into the timekeeper's area, and then Shorty G takes the shatter machine.
Yeah.
They get the win. It's like, okay, Revival, New Day, tag title match, fine, whatever.
And they kept this awesome promo, and it's like, there's gonna be no more gimmicks, no more pancakes, no more unicorns, no more rainbows. It's just gonna be straight up wrestling match, and it's
It's not going to be a New Day anymore. It's going to be straight up old school wrestling, and we're the best tag team in the company, and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, good promo cut, but to me, it don't mean shit.
not really. No.
It honestly don't mean shit, because the Revival has been tag team champions before, and what happened? Oh yeah, it fucking sucked.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but true.
And I mean, you got a really good tag team like the Revival coming out of NXT, and two-time NXT tag team champions. And, they're on a tear on the main roster, and yeah, they ended up with the Raw tag titles twice, I think, and then eventually the SmackDown tag titles, and yeah.
Yeah. So Lacey Evans came out, and she's having a match with another jobber,
Yeah.
which, again, it's interesting how that's happening now.
I know, right?
So, I'm not sure when they decided to turn Lacey face.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
hoping it wasn't the whole thing in Saudi Arabia with Natty. But this was a good match, obviously. Lacey won. And here comes Sasha Banks, and she's talking smack to Lacey, and Lacey, they're just going back and forth. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, any moment now, Bayley's gonna jump her. And that didn't happen, so Lacey goes up the ramp after they go face to face in the ring. And she's up the ramp and on the stage, and here comes Bayley and Sasha take turns beating the shit out of Lacey.
You got Sasha Banks and Lacey Evans going back and forth in a pretty good debate, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And at one point, Sasha goes, I don't know how you can be a role model to your bratty little child. And
I swear, I almost thought I was gonna hear Lacey go, "You ever mention my brat again?"
Lacey goes, I'll say this right now, don't you ever mention my child again. And then she goes like, I'm a former United States Marine, and what the Marine Corps instilled in me is leadership and all this other stuff, and it also taught me how to fight, so if you want to fight, bring it, little girl, and nasty, and all this other shit. And, Sasha gets right in the ring, and their noses with each other practically, although Lacey is a little taller than Sasha, and Lacey feigns the women's right, and Sasha goes flat on her ass, and it's like, well, she showed you up again, and then you got the whole beat down of Lacey Evans, and it's like, come on, you guys are better than that. Jesus Christ. What is this? 2003 all over again? Blindside attacks and double team and shit like that. I mean,
Well, or would you have set that up then?
they could have easily had Sasha and Lacey in a back and forth scuffle, talking shit to each other, and Sasha making her way to the ring, and then have Bayley come in from behind, try to get one over on Lacey. Lacey turn around, come face to face with Bayley. Sasha come in the ring, and then the both of them beat up Lacey.
Oh, I see.
Cause
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're really good as heels,
Yeah.
but I mean, come on, you're doing amateur stuff.
No, I actually agree with you. I thought that was going to happen. And I was surprised when it didn't happen. And she waited until Lacey was up on the ramp. So, I just, it is what it is. They're going to have a match eventually, so.
And I mean, like, if you're gonna have Bayley jump Lacey from behind, let Bayley do all the work. Throw Lacey around, throw her into one of those big arc C-shaped looking things, throw her down the ramp, throw her in the ring, kick the shit out of Lacey big time, and then maybe have Sasha get in a lick or two and talk about we're the best, we're the women's division leaders and locker room leaders and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Dana Brooke having something to eat.
And
And,
something to
catering.
eat from catering, and here comes Drake Maverick, and he's trying to get off on a better foot with
Dana Brooke.
Dana
yeah.
Brooke, and here comes Elias, and he's talking shit about how short Drake Maverick is, and his wife, and their marriage, and finally, wah! Maverick slaps Elias, and you have Dana go, did that stuff really happen with his wife? But Elias is like, no, but something is gonna happen right now to him, and then, you got Maverick coming out and saying, "You don't talk about my wife like that, how dare you, and come out here and I'm gonna fight you," and, you know, have Elias take Maverick over his knee and spank him and boot him in the ass and pack him up by the waistband of his pants and throw him around and all this other stuff, and they even got Dana Brooke getting some stuff involved in there, well, a little bit, and it's like, is that the whole WWE sees Maverick has now is this chump that will get his shit taken from anybody and everybody? I mean, you bring him in as 205 Live General Manager, which is great. You have him manage the AOP for a little bit, and then his career's basically gone in the fucking toilet.
Well, I mean, when you have him on Impact, you got him teaming with EC3, which they're still friends. You have him have these good matches, especially the empty arena match with Swoggle.
Right.
Owen Swoggle.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they didn't do that much with him except for that.
Yeah.
Well, they had him with Aaron Rex for a while. So, now he's in WWE. It's like, there's lots they could have done with him besides the 205 thing. I mean, having him go after the 24/7 championship made absolutely no fucking sense.
Yeah.
I just don't know what more they could do with him.
Yeah.
Now, the match he had with Elias was like, obviously a squash match.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
really nothing much to say about that, but
And I mean, we got Drake Maverick seeming like he's trying to hook up with Dana Brooke, and it's like, come on. Not this bullshit again.
no.
What is this, 98 all over again?
Yeah.
God almighty. In the case of Drake Maverick, it's like, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Exactly.
Like, seriously. The poor bastard.
So the main event was the Big Dog! Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler. And you have Maleficent come out on the fucking King's table. You know, they're carrying him.
Yeah, the sedan, I think they call it, or whatever.
And I keep thinking about King Mabel and how the fuck they didn't fall over.
Yeah. How the hell could those guys pick his fat ass up?
Jesus. So, this was a pretty good match, obviously. Actually, Dolph Ziggler outsmarted Reigns for a little bit.
Yeah.
As well, like, Roman goes outside and he does the whole run around the ring so he could, like, slide and kick the guy in the face or whatever. Ziggler kind of blocked that.
Yeah.
He blocked the spear. It was actually a pretty good match. And
Yeah.
then, you know, Maleficent got off the throne and got off the table. So you got him coming down, and, you know, they're both beating the shit out of Roman Reigns, and somebody finds handcuffs, tie his hands together, and put them on the top turnbuckle. And for some reason, let's get some hot dog food.
Yeah, take some dog food and coda and dog food. I was like, God, look.
Yeah, they called him the Big Dog, but come on.
Is that your attempt at a tar and feathering? Because, God, that's just wrong.
I mean,
So many levels.
Davey Boy Smith being covered in dog shit was terrible.
Mm,
Well, I think the Rock one had some too, but anyways,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, their attempt to humiliate Roman is like, oh, boy. Oh,
And this is
boy,
after
boy.
Roman won the match.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know where to go from here. I mean, it's gonna be Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns
yeah.
in December, whatever the fuck. Tables, ladders, and chairs. So, we'll see where that goes. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
So I go to AEW. We've got
Dynamite!
Ortiz and Santana taking on the Young Bucks and Dustin
Yeah, you got the Young Bucks and Dustin Rhodes against Santana, Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara.
Yes. And yes, this was awesome. I mean, it got the Young Bucks colors on Dustin's pants. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see Matt Jackson back in action.
Yes.
But this was awesome. I mean, very, very good moves. So, it's funny how you have these guys like Santana and Ortiz and their style versus Sammy. And then, of course, Dustin was an old school wrestler. And, of course, the Young Bucks. But it was a really good match, and it went to the Young Bucks and Dustin, so...
Yeah, at one point during the match, you got Dustin. I think he power slammed Ortiz first, then he power slams Santana, and then he gets to Sammy, and he's like, wait, hold on. He's like bending over and like trying to catch his breath. He's like, he's playing it up, and he's like, alright, come on, let's go. And comes off the ropes, boom, power slams Sammy. He's like, alright, a little bit of a different side to Dustin and this character, if you will. A little bit of a sense of humor, a little bit of a funny moment,
if you will.
and it's like, okay, we know you're old, but I don't think you get tired that quick, that easy. Yeah, kind of a cool, good moment.
Yes.
And you got Ray Phoenix taking on Trent Beretta.
Yeah, that was cool.
Of
The best friends.
Best friends in Orange Cassidy, or
Yeah.
I think they call that trio freshly squeezed.
Yes. Yeah, I like Orange Cassidy. He's got one of the more interesting personalities in AEW. But this was really good too. I mean, Trent's one of those guys that was underrated in Ring of Honor. And so, in my opinion, it's basically him and Chuck Taylor definitely one of the best tag team wrestlers of today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then of course Ray Phoenix has that lucha style, and it was just a really all-around good match.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think
Ray Phoenix got the win on this one
yes.
with a combination of like a muscle buster and a Shinoku driver.
Yeah. Then you got Nyla Rose versus Shayna.
No, I don't think it was her. I think it was a different girl. Shauna got involved afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It was a Japanese girl, I think.
Oh, yes.
Don't know what her fucking name is, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, so that was a good match too. I really am impressed with Nyla Rose.
Yeah. One point, near the end of the match, you got Nyla Rose going to powerbomb Shauna through a table, and the referee's trying to talk her out of it. And then it's like, well, alright, I'm not going to do it. Then she doubles over the referee and powerbombs his ass through the table, and then picks up Shauna and powerbombs her through the table. And it's like, well, okay, that just happened.
Yeah.
More violence on the referee.
Well, as Jimmy says, they're fucking stupid over there.
Mm.
So.
I did see something, I think, on Facebook, was like, AEW suspends Nyla Rose for the rest of 2019 without paying. It's like, oh good, you suspended her for 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Good for you dumb motherfucker.
Exactly. Fucking bullshit.
Jesus, Tony Khan, you think you'd be more original than that? Jesus.
That's why your fucking ratings are going down. And I love AEW. I think it's fresh. But the fucking company, everything is going to shit. The referees are shit. What else there's no rules. It's fucking anarchy.
And you got stupid decisions being made. And it's like, fuck sakes. Cody, if this is your fucking company, get your people's heads together and out of their own fucking asses.
Fuck, yeah, I just don't get it. So you got...
Karashida,
Yes.
whatever the hell.
Versus Andromeda, Star...
Yeah,
Yeah, that chick.
yeah.
And that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, all these Japanese female wrestlers are awesome. So,
Yeah,
Andromeda won.
right.
So, well, I'm gonna just make that goddamn thing bigger.
After that, you have a match with Sato Miyado, Pentagon Jr. against Chris Daniels.
That was the worst botch I have ever fucking seen.
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
Daniels throughout his career has done this move where he'll kind of do like a springboard moonsault, but he'll kind of jump up, land with his legs on the top rope, and then moonsault out of it. Well, he tried that to Pentagon on like the walkway, and yeah, I think either the ropes were a little too snug or
Yeah.
too slippery or something, and fuck, Daniels nearly landed on the back of his head, and
Not good.
oi.
Especially for a veteran like him.
Oh, I know.
But, meanwhile, Pentagon won.
Yes.
So, you have this match was Jon Moxley and Joey Janela.
Mm-hmm.
And, fuck, man. I mean, I really enjoy Moxley's work. And I've seen a few of Janela's matches. It's funny how he carried some of the shit he did in WWE. Like the whole coming through the audience
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. But, yeah, this was a really good match. A
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of top rope moves anyways.
Yeah. At one point, you have Moxley on the outside, and he's, I think, on a table, and here comes Janela. What seemed to be off the top rope is like, I guess, a cross body, but the camera mainly focused on Moxley, so you don't really know what the hell Janela did, but they go
Yeah.
crashing through the table, and I was like, okay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jon Moxley won with the DDT thing.
Paradigm shift.
Yes. And then, well, just like last week, Jericho comes in from the top of the crowd, stares down Moxley, and that was basically the end of the show.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that during the match with Statlander and Sheeta, you had the, I guess, official debut of Awesome Kong and Brandy, and they cut a promo.
Yeah.
So, can't wait to see what more they do.
Yeah. We talk about the bollocks from Daniels, and I go back to Takeover War Games and fucking Keith Lee and Dijakovic going to toss Roderick Strong over the top rope from one ring to the other, and boy, that landing was ugly.
Yes.
How he didn't fucking get seriously injured is a bloody miracle.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways.
We made it!
Yeah! A little bit of stalling and some mishaps and other.
Just fucking me going mental bullshit. I feel terrible about that. I always do. But, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If I write shit down, or whatever, and it'll be great. You know, I can remember if I can write it down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It'll
No.
probably still be a bit long, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, once piece everything together, do some editing, who knows what the end result will be. Fine.
Yeah. Alright, so then next week we will do the December 1995 And then, of course, the following week will be TLC. Matches prepared. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I could see maybe 3 matches so far.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you have to expect from Vince. After he wipes the shit out of his diaper,
Yeah.
he's got to figure out what he has to do to get ready for a fucking show.
Yeah.
So anyways, for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle.
You know, I see the woman with Rob Van Dam, and I can't help but have MC Hammer go through my head.
Can't touch this? Or...
I like big butts on the can not loud.
That's not MC Hammer, that's Sir Mix-a-Lot. Foul!
Still, though,
They did that, you know, Smashing Pumpkins thing.
like you see, look at the size of the ass on the woman, though.
Oh, I know.
It's like, Jesus Christ, you think Rob likes women plump?
Big fucking ass. Not tits, but ass.
Yeah.
Anyways, deuces.
Peace out, y'all.